check it out. I was listening to something and I heard them say in a channeling, the day of reckoning is 1/9. I have not checked the Bible, but I said, what happened on January 9th? And look, historical event 1570, Tsar Ivan the Terrible kills 1,000 to 2,000 residents of Novgorod, Novgorod. So I said, oh, what's that? Let's click out of that. Earlier I tried this and my computer was whacked. And it's not that bad this time. Come on. Okay, so I'm going to tell you that I looked on a map. I had to click out of it. Novgorod is where Ukraine is. A city-state in the northern Kievan Rus from the 12th to the 15th century. According to some scholars, the town of Novgorod was established by local Slavs, the Ilmen Slavines, who had migrated to the north from the middle Dnipro river basin, according to the primary chronicle Varangians, led by Ryuzurk of Novgorod. I've never heard of that town before. Arrived there in 862. The location on the Varangian route to the Byzantium determined its political and economic importance. Kiev, that's always been Kiev. It just is spelled differently all the time. And its relationship with the capital of the Kievan Rus state. Traders from Novgorod did extensive business in Kiev and had their own district and church there. Kiev's architecture was copied in Novgorod. I'm thinking that's where all of the architecture came out. Look. See that? That's where we got those. It's not Islamic. And I will always check Britannica. Okay? Britannica says some really interesting things. Novgorod arose in the 9th century as one of the earliest centuries of the exploitation of the forest hinterland and remained the most important commercial center of the Kievan period. The changes of the later Kievan period did not diminish the town's importance, for it benefited both from the increased activity of the Hanseatic League and from the development of the Upper Volga region, for which it was a major trade outlet. I think this is the Silk Road, folks. Although Novgorod and an early base for the Rurikids, the princely traditions characteristic of Kiev and other post-Kievan centers never developed there. When Kiev declined, Novgorod, soon 1136 the year, declared its independence from princely power. And although it accepted princely protection, see, it was part of Russia in 1136, and it declared its independence. And although it accepted princely protectors from various neighboring dynasties, it remained a sovereign city until conquered by Moscow. So here's the thing. That's why people were attacked on the Silk Road. It was a sovereign nation. And when you got attacked on the Silk Road, they were like, whoa, wait a minute. We're sovereign. We don't do that stuff here. During the 13th century, Novgorod's burghers easily found an accommodation with the invading Mongols. In the Mongol period, its energetic river pirates pushed farther north and east toward the Urals. See what I'm saying? And even down the Volga and Novgorod's prosperity was generally unbroken. These are the people that are posing as Jews because they're always being killed. Until the commercial revolution of the 16th century, its absorption by the growing Principality of Muscovy in 1478 ended its political independence and changed its social structure. But Novgorod's characteristic economic and cultural life did not end with that catastrophe. They keep combining back in. Novgorod was governed by an oligarchy of great trading boyar families who controlled the exploitation of the hinterland. I've never heard of hinterland. I'm not going to do that dive today. They chose from among themselves a mayor, a military commander, and a council of aldermen who controlled the affairs of the city and its territories. The town itself was divided into 5 inns, which seem to have corresponded to the fifths into which the hinterland was divided. There was, in addition, a vec, V-E-C-H-E, which means council, apparently a kind of town meeting, a broad but intermediate composition whose decisions, it would appear, were most often controlled by the oligarchy. A major role in politics was played by the archbishop, who, after 1156, controlled the lands and incomes previously known by the Kievan princes, and who appears throughout Novgorod's history as a powerful, often independent figure. There's so much on it, but I'm going to tell you, I went more. 1-9. Let's look at these pretty buildings though first. Look at this. That's where that started. Right there. Why do they want Ukraine so bad? Because that's, I believe, the mouth of Earth. I can't explain myself. And I believe the 5 points, they're talking about star forts here. I just have that feeling this is the beginning of star forts. Look at that. There's some more. It's not Islamic. Okay. The St. Sophia Cathedral in Novgorod, 11th century. I wonder if that's still there. So let's go over here. So WWE comes up. WWE has a lot of Q stuff. Let me tell you, this is what it came up as, because they did a, it says 1-9 in here. Let's just watch. Or I'll read it to you. The story continues from where the original Day of Reckoning's in their video game. This is the story of the video game. This is part 2, Day of Reckoning 2. With the players' characters at the top of the Raw roster. Almost a year after WrestleMania XX Evolution was disbanded and the players' character has lost the heavyweight championship back to Triple H and has fallen down the ranks of WWE, because the first game you have to get up to the top. However, the players' character was gained a love interest, Stacy Kilber. So, okay, let's pass this. The player advances in the story by gathering information on the whereabouts of the World Heavyweight Championship. Soon the player gets framed for stealing the belt. Dumped by Stacy, fired and banned from Raw, so his whole life's ruined. However, SmackDown general manager signs the player to a lifetime SmackDown contract. Eventually, the player wins the WWE Championship and later finds out that former allies Chris Jericho and Randy Orton, along with Edge, had stolen the heavyweight championship. Oh, you mean like we're finding out how Biden administration had stolen it from the Trump administration? That's funny. With the mystery solved, Triple H asked the players wrestler for a little match of WrestleMania 2.21 in last man standing match for the WWE Championship. The player character wins a match, reunites with Stacy, and reforges a friendship with Triple H, who turns face and takes possession of a newly found heavyweight championship. So there you go. And 1-9, I believe, is Christmas. Let me go back to my list. I just put in Day of Reckoning, January 9th. And I was really interested. I got this Bible verse that I haven't, been to yet. And Day of Reckoning, they've made a lot of weird stuff, but okay. Where did it go? It's down here. Day of Reckoning, meaning a time when consequences of a course of mistakes or misdeeds are felt, the flow of wealth, hurried overstocking, and brought the Day of Reckoning nearer. R.A. Billington, World History, first known use 1547 in the meaning defined above. Time traveler. Oh, good Lord. Is it 1540 something when they changed the time? I wish I had a live, but they won't let me have a live. The flow of wealth hurried overstocking and brought the Day of Reckoning nearer. You see, they're going to bring their own day of reckoning. That's interesting. And I'm gonna click out of this over here. This is going to take too long. So, anyways, I'm just going to say do your own research. When I looked it up, what I saw on 1/9 and what happened in the history was a lot of Jewish people being killed. Okay? Exterminated all the time. Everyone's trying to get them. Because if you were bad, you would pose as the good people so they wouldn't kill you, right? Yeah, that's what they did. Okay, here we go. Is that it? Day of Reckoning. There's a dictionary thing. Day of Memorial, Day of Reckoning, Day of Supply. First known use, 1547, and the meaning defined above. The first known use of Day of Reckoning was in 1547. Time traveler. What? So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to come over here. I'm going to open a new thing. I'm going to put in Day of Reckoning. Watch this. Space. Come back over here. Time traveler. Hello. No typing needed. Look at that. Now let's see what Google gives us. Oh, look, the first thing is, when is the Day of Reckoning? I'm going to ask that next. Let's go back over here and I'm going to type it in. When? Wait. I thought it just gave it to me. No. That's funny. When is the Day of Reckoning? This is why I did good in spelling in 4th grade. The Day of Reckoning. What will happen on the final day? Okay. Oh, interesting. Day of Reckoning. Oh, it's a movie. Of course it is. Now I can't find out anything. I've got to put keywords in front of it. Look at that. Day of Reckoning Time Traveler brings up movies. I ain't got the time for that. How travelers can make this moment of reckoning count. So, okay, click out of that one. But this one, the Day of Reckoning, what will happen on the final day? Kaboom! The final revelation? J6, overturn. The Day of Reckoning, the Day of Judgment or Final Day, according to Islam, the religion approved by God of the universe, and the religion of Prophet Noah, Abraham, Mary, Jesus, and Muhammad. The Day of Reckoning, the Day of Resurrection, as it's known in Arabic, is Yom al-Qiyamah, will take place on the last day of the world of this worldly life. Everyone will be resurrected to account for their deeds, including how worldly matters were dealt with by a person during their lifetime. Yeah, did you help someone or did you turn away and say, I don't have time? Oh, I don't have time to give that person some money to help them, even though they're my family. That's what it normally is. That's why we have homeless everywhere. Government teaches our parents to turn their backs on us. I knew that in the 80s. That's why I hung with those people instead of the other people, because they were worthless to me because I could see through their lies. With some receiving punishment and others receiving rewards. So what exactly happens on the Day of Reckoning and who is eligible to enter heaven? This is all based on religious belief. If we could look at it without religious belief, it'll take me a while to look through this. Because I have several things that go off that say, oh, no, 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 or oh, yes, yes, yes. Here's one. I'll just pick one. Be ready for that day. And the trumpet will be blown, and all who are in the heavens and all who are on the earth will swoon away. That means going to another dimension, not leaving earth. Except him whom Allah wills, then it will be blown a second time, and behold, they will be standing, looking, and waiting. That's a Allah Quran. Be ready for that day. They made not a just estimate on all of Allah, such as is due for him, and on the day of judgment, the whole of the earth will be grasped by his hand, and the heavens will be rolled up in his right hand. Glory to him. Uh-oh. I hate my new mouse. High above all they associate with him. We're going to proclaim our patrioticness with the man that we put all of our trust in, which is Donald J. Trump. And we're going to roll the scroll up, the ballot, and we're going to give it to Trump. And our world will be saved. Christians, wake up. It's not about one religion. They're all saying the same thing. You can't turn your backs on your brothers. Anyways, I'm going to end this video. It's way too long. Bye.